Hi, this is Shankar, and today I'll discuss a chart which is more concerned towards, you know, what what are the planets which actually, create problems in marriage, and how we address them. How do we, by seeing the natal horoscope, how do we come to a conclusion that this planet or these planets can create marital discord? Now, this is the classical horoscope of a person who has been through quite a great amount of upheaval due to marriage and marital issues. I'm just trying to get the chart up. Yeah. So let me take out the chart. Yeah. So this is the chart. And if you look at the chart here, very thumb rule of what you should see in a horoscope, I feel, is the fifth house. And fifth house is very important for love, marriage, and sexual compatibility. Now, here, if you look at the fifth house, though it is in pieces, but if you look at the Kalpurush, the lord of fifth house is Sun. And whenever Saturn I've seen in fifth house, and this is a rule which I would like all of you to test, is that whenever Saturn is there in the fifth house, it will create problems in marriage, love, and allied issues. And this is one thing I've always seen. Saturn in fifth house is never good, whatever, maybe even if it is exalted. Saturn in fifth house will not be good for children and for marriage. It may be good if it is exalted or if it is, in its own house, etc., etc. It is a second from fourth, so you may be good in, in dealing with public, dealing with people. It's a very important house of politicians also. But let's not mix. Each planet has its own. What I'm trying to explain is each planet has its own kind of giving results. And Saturn, as far as live things are concerned, whenever it is in fifth house, it will not give good results, as is the case in this horoscope if you look at it in details. Saturn in fifth house is not good. So this has created the major problem in marriage. He was married, he had children, in fact, two children, and a bitter divorce. Now, also, most important thing is to see the planets in the 1-7 axis. I mean, what are the planets in in kind of the first house and the seventh house of the chart? Even if it is Scorpio here, let us see the first and seventh house. There are no planets there. But if you look at the natal first house and natal seventh house, I mean, second important thing is to, in anything which you have to see, is Rahu and Ketu, if alone, are best. But if Rahu and Ketu are caught with some planet, here Rahu and Ketu is caught with Mars, and so it will affect Mars. Mars is nothing but the male energy. So this person had been very, very dominating, very, very dominating, and very aggressive in his marriage, leading to a lot of other issues. So this is how you have to look at these two things which are very important. There could be a lot of other things which are there, which may lead to things like this. But also Venus is in the 10th house, and Venus, even though it is in the sign of Sun, being in the 10th house, it will do good. 12th house has Ketu and Mars together, and it is the house of Jupiter. It is also the house of going abroad. So this person is finally settled abroad. He is married again because you would see the ninth house as Sun and Jupiter together. So a marriage again will take place because the ninth house, which is also Cancer, is has got Sun and Jupiter. Moon having no planets on either side of it is not good. So this is what you have to see when you have to, as a flash, you can see that what will be the married life of this person. Now you should not, confuse married life with profession with married life. So the way I've tried to explain Saturn and also the planets which are in the Rahu Ketu transit and the first and seventh house, and you can get a good idea. But also the ninth house, irrespective of what it is, if ninth house is planets which are friendly to Jupiter or has Jupiter in it, it would be good. But ninth house here also signifies father. So his father was very well placed. Jupiter in ninth house signifies father. It is good for the father. And the father was a senior government officer with having a, quite a lot of like kind of power, prestige, and command. So that is what the ninth house also says. But also the ninth house also has Jupiter and Sun, which ninth house in the Kalpurush is owned by Jupiter. So that is how one has to say it. And then I go by the Nadi system in which I rotate Jupiter, I rotate the other planets, and we come to a conclusion, and then superimpose the transit, which is there, the current transit which is there, and you come to a particular conclusion on issues. So that is how you have to look at the various aspects, which is important, and we come to a conclusion on those things. If you look at the other things in the horoscope, uh, as in this person migrated from a non-spiritual human being today a very spiritual human being. So that is the impact of Ketu, impact of Ketu in 12th house, because every planet has a period in which it gives effect. Mars will give effect till a particular period of your life. Then it loses its impact. Ketu, however, has impact in the later stage of its life. So Ketu becomes more powerful than Mars in the 12th house. So he has, in the 12th house, he has gone towards spirituality, yoga, and other things. So this is one horoscope I wanted to explain you. My basic idea was to explain you into how to look at the horoscope. I mean, Saturn in here. Why have my emphasis was on Saturn? Saturn in fifth house is never good. And this is how I conclude towards it. See the planets which are caught between Rahu and Ketu. Look at the ninth house also for remarriage. Just the ninth house, irrespective if it has got planets. Ninth house in the Kalpurush is owned by Jupiter. So if it has good planets which are friendly to Jupiter, here it has Sun, which is a friend of Jupiter. It has Sun and it is aspected by Moon, which is again, a very motherly planet. It nurtures you. So he again got married after a long gap, after a fairly long gap, and again has children. So this is how we have to look at the planet from the natal horoscope. Now the person is a millionaire. How much he will be, where, which country will he go. So everybody may have this trend, but then how to fit the other things and the timing, etc., is of course you have to go into the intricacies of a lot of other things which are there, which one has to see, right from Dasha, Bhukti, Nakshatras, which I see, the Nadi system, the transit, the Varshpal. I mean, you have to, the D charts, you have to glance at everything before you come to a conclusion on the time period. The time does not allow me to explain all this, but what I wanted to explain you was the impact of Saturn in fifth house. Have a look at it. If Mars and Venus are caught between Rahu and Ketu, going to be a problem. And also the importance of ninth house as such for remarriage. I mean, if it has planets which are friendly to Jupiter, the ninth house has planets, irrespective of the Rashi, friendly to Jupiter, will again give you a remarriage and children. Thanks and uh, bye for now. Thank you very much for this. And I'm sorry I missed the icon by which this closes. So I'm having a little tough time. Yeah, I've got the icon now. I think I shall be able to close it. Thanks. I get I get all mixed up with these icons. Sorry for this little time. You can contact me at connectingminds@gmail.com, shankarstudy.com, and I have a lot of books written by Sagar Publications and Prabhat Publications. You can get my books from there. I'm writing a very interesting book on astrology, ancient astrology, which would come out, and it's like it's a rare book which I'm writing, which is based on the things that my father and grandfather had left. I mean, they didn't. I mean, like me, they didn't do astrology as a profession. So it's based on that. I'm trying to collate things, and it'll take some time. But I hope it will be very interesting. Thank you. Thanks, friends. Thank you very much. Please share the video. Please like the video. Please become a member of my channel. Thanks. Bye for now.